Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain a movie called Creed 3. Get comfortable. This movie tells the story of an accomplished and retired boxer who must confront his past and make amends with a childhood friend he abandoned many years ago when his career and reputation were on the line. The film begins in Los Angeles in 2002 at the home of Adonis Creed, a teenage boy. He sneaks out of the house that night to meet with his friend, Damian Anderson, an aspiring boxer. Damian drives them to an underground boxing tournament. Adonis is thrilled by the club's atmosphere, and Damian assures him they will experience more nights like that soon. Soon after, Damian is geared up to face his opponent for the night, Michael Fitzbaum. Adonis is confident that Damian will win the match and stirs the guests to bet in Damian's favor. The match begins shortly after, and Damian remains patient as his opponent throws jabs and punches at him. When the moment is right, and Damian is confident he will knock out his opponent, he smirks at Adonis, watching from the crowd. He lands a deadly punch into his opponent's face, knocking Fitzbaum out. Damian knocked him out in one strike, making him the Golden Gloves champion. Shortly after, Damian and Adonis return home. Damian gives Adonis some of the prize money he earned that night. Adonis gives him a memento of his late father, boxing legend Apollo Creed. Damian considers the gift an honor and then shares his aspirations to turn professional and become a world boxing champion. They stop by a liquor store, where Donnie runs into a man named Leon. Donnie stops the unsuspecting man and attacks him, pinning him to the ground and aggressively punching him. 15 years later, an older Donnie fights in his final match in South Africa against Ricky Conlon. Ricky and Donnie battle each other out in the ring, and it seems Ricky has the upper hand. Donnie dodges and blocks Ricky's attacks, but doesn't make any attacks, waiting for the right moment to strike. In the next round, Donnie lands severe blows on Ricky's ribs and face when he finds the perfect moment. Ricky falls to the ground and struggles to shake off the effects of Donnie's unforgiving fists. Donnie knocks Ricky out, making him the undisputed world heavyweight champion. His wife, Bianca, and coach, Duke, are happy for him as Donnie is crowned. In the present day, Donnie has given up boxing to devote himself to his wife Bianca and daughter Amara, whose hearing impairment has caused the family to become proficient in American Sign Language. Amara was born deaf. Amara wakes Donnie up and makes him play with her. Later that evening, Donnie interrupts Bianca's recording session. Because of Bianca's hearing impairment, she is forced to produce and write music for other artists. The next day, Donnie arrives at the Delphi Boxing Academy, which he runs with Duke. Donnie and Duke watch his protege, world champion Felix El Guerrero Chavez, train. Chavez is preparing to fight against Victor Drago, Donnie's old rival. Chavez and his mother, Laura Chavez, believe he is ready since he has easily knocked out every opponent and trainer who has confronted him in the ring. Donnie tells him to take Duke's coaching seriously. When Donnie steps out of the gym, he finds an older Damian waiting by his car. Donnie only recognizes him once Damian introduces himself. Donnie is surprised to see him since he has been waiting to hear from him since the incident at the liquor store. Memories of the incident flood Donnie's mind. Dame tells Donnie that he only wanted to let him know he is out of prison. Donnie then invites him to lunch. At lunch, Dame reveals he wrote letters to Donnie from prison, but Donnie never wrote back. Donnie is shocked by the news and reveals he never got any letters, especially since letters sent to his home were received by his adoptive mother, Mary and Creed. Donnie offers to give Dame some money, but Dame feels disrespected and refuses. Dame then expresses his desire to pick up boxing again. Donnie is surprised he still wants to box since he was imprisoned for 18 years. Dame insists that he will train hard, and Donnie reluctantly extends Dame's invitation to the gym. That night, Donnie returns home furious. He finds his mother having a good time with his wife and daughter. When Amara is sent to bed, Donnie suggests that his mother lives with him and his family since her health is declining. Mary refuses, insisting that she is okay living by herself. The family notices he is unusually late, and he reveals that he ran into Damian. Mary is surprised to hear the name. Still, Bianca is curious to know Damian since Donnie had never mentioned him to her before. The next day at the gym, Chavez and Duke make fun of Damian for being there. Duke doesn't like Donnie's decision to allow Damian to practice in the gym, noting Damian's unorthodox boxing skills. Donnie feels guilty over what happened to Dame since he was arrested and imprisoned in his place for the assault on Leon. Duke tells Donnie that he doesn't owe Dame anything. Soon after, Dame is asked to spar with Chavez in the ring since Chavez has been looking for a tougher opponent to train with. Meanwhile, at a school for deaf children, Amara gets in trouble at school for punching another student who bullies her. Donnie and Bianca argue about her safety at the school with Amara's teacher. Donnie says he wants her to be able to fight back. Still, Bianca believes Amara should learn to assess and control her emotions. At home, Donnie believes that she should be encouraged since Amara wants to be a boxer like him. He says he wants to teach her how to fight. Bianca, on the other hand, doesn't support her boxing aspirations. She believes that Amara needs to know why she wants to fight before she gives Amara her blessing. Bianca believes Donnie has trouble talking about his suppressed emotions. She suggests he speak to someone about it if he doesn't open up to her. The couple argues about it until Dame arrives. Donnie had earlier invited Dame over to his house for dinner. Dame arrives and is happy to meet Donnie's family. At dinner, Dame tells a story about his and Donnie's time together in a group home that Bianca had never heard. Donnie never told her about his time at the group home. Bianca invites Dame to her label party and leaves to give the men time to catch up. When the two men are alone, Dame privately requests a title matchup against Chavez, but Donnie declines. Dame explains that he is getting old and wants to win as many trophies as possible before he can no longer box. That night, Bianca asks about the group home and why Donnie had never mentioned it to her. He tells her he doesn't like talking about it. Bianca is hurt, but Donnie apologizes and reveals that Dame wants to fight Felix. He tells her he said no, but Bianca suspects Donnie is considering his request. The next day, at the gym, Chavez and Dame argue because of Dame's aggressive boxing. Donnie and Duke separate the duo, and Duke warns that Donnie should stop Dame from coming to the gym. Dame returns home furious. He takes out his anger on his flat. At the label party, Donnie and Dame catch up, and Dame reminds him of his request to fight Felix. Donnie assures him he will consider his request and leaves to meet with Drago and Felix, whose match he hopes will be one of the greatest boxing matches in history. When Dame is alone, he walks over to Bianca, seeing her alone. He asks how watching someone perform her music feels, and she says she likes it. Dame doesn't believe her and asks if Donnie misses boxing. She says she doesn't know, but when Dame wonders if he'd open up to her about his feelings. The uneasy tension in the air gets the best of her curiosity, and she asks about his relationship with Donnie. Dame tells her it is not his place to discuss what happened between him and Donnie. Still, he mentions Leon again, making Bianca even more curious. He only reveals that he went to prison over a few priors and a gun in his possession. Suddenly, an unidentified assailant attacks Drago and severely wounds him. Donnie then suggests Dame as Drago's replacement after the latter's participation in his upcoming fight is questioned. In a meeting with Chavez and Laura, Donnie convinces Chavez to fight Dame since there are no other contenders to fight. Duke believes the matchup will dent Donnie's reputation and Chavez will lose. Some nights later, Dame and Chavez are announced for the heavyweight title challenge match. In the matchup with Chavez, Dame fights dirty and uses a few tricks to undermine Chavez. Things get heated during the fight when Dame doesn't play by the rules. Dame cuts Chavez in the face with his elbow. Duke and everyone are concerned about Dame's technique and the referee warns him and even deducts points. In the third round, Dame dangerously attacks an already battered Chavez repeatedly without giving the latter room to catch his breath. In the end, Dame claims the undisputed heavyweight title. Donnie is not happy with the result of the fight. After the Crypto.com arena game, a nervous Donnie visits Marianne, who shows him letters Dame had written to him while he was imprisoned. She reveals she kept them from him because she thought he was a bad influence. Donnie accuses of being the reason why Dame is out for his head. He blames her for the rift between him and Dame. She then shows him a photograph of Dame and a prisoner Donnie recognizes as Drago's attacker, who was included in one letter. That night, Donnie confronts Dame after realizing he had planned the assault. There, Dame admits to using deception to force him to accept the title challenge. He says he is coming for all the titles, challenging Donnie, and punches Donnie in the face as a warning. Donnie leaves with a wounded eye. Because Dame enjoys his newfound fame and publicly calls Donnie a liar who abandoned him, Donnie finds it challenging to talk to Bianca about his guilt over Dame. Sometime after, Marianne experiences a second stroke and dies. On her deathbed, Mary hallucinates seeing Apollo, her deceased husband, and Donnie's father. She thanks Apollo for giving her Donnie before drawing her final breath. Donnie is troubled about the recent events and confused about what to do. After Mary Ann's funeral, Donnie tells Bianca what happened the night he was arrested, revealing that Leon had been their group home's abusive caregiver before he was adopted. Leon had physically and verbally abused Donnie and Dame during his care. So that night at the liquor store, Dame pulled out a gun as a result of the altercation between Leon's gang and Donnie that started after Donnie attacked Leon. Donnie avoided Dame out of guilt after Dame was arrested. On live television, Donnie decides to come out of retirement after being prodded by Bianca, and he accepts Dame's challenge to fight for the championship. Donnie spends the weeks before the fight keeping fit, training, and practicing his boxing skills. Duke coaches him like he had done in the past. He also trains with a healthy Drago. On the other hand, Dame readies himself for the fight too. Days later, Donnie battles Dame at the Dodger Stadium in the Battle of Los Angeles. The matchup proves intense as the men fight each other for up to 11 rounds. The relentless and brutal Dame continuously batters the less aggressive Donnie. Donnie waits for the right moment to ambush Dame. Bianca and everyone is worried about Donnie, but Donnie doesn't let his guard down. Donnie experiences visions of his abusive foster home and Dame's life in prison during the grueling, evenly matched contest, which results in a knockdown in the final round. To win the fight and win back the championship, Donnie knocks out Dame in the final round. Everyone cheers for Donnie as he is crowned. The two men later make up, each acknowledging that the other was not to blame. Later, in the empty stadium, Donnie joins Bianca and Amara in the boxing ring and pretends to fight Amara. That was all from this video. Please, give us a suggestion of movies you want us to upload next. Thank you for watching and being part of our family. Just to let you know, we are posting videos every day for you. Please subscribe to give us more motivation, and you will not miss our daily video.